Something like the goat off in that pocket. Whole squizzy riding with me, who gon' stop it? My day ones headed down to the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going.
It's a brisk night in the Midwest, but we've got football at Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the...
Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on the Diddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. These no ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bad at it. Stop it, cause it ain't no acting it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. Ain't biting my tongue. I can't be no goofy, no victim to none of my enemies. Like honestly, be sending me talk from a sit that we when I get to me. My check don't discriminate. Still take deposits if you talking Vietnamese. I just be having my way. Only come out with a pay till I say. Urge you wanna be. Don't got no whip and rag on no petty. Look, I talk with that on your hip. If you ain't gon' rip it up, pop it. I'm the like show me a benefit. Let me dumb it down, Benjamin. For you, we not equivalent. Really bad, looking so innocent. Bossy predicament. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on the Diddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. These no ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bad at stop it, cause it ain't no acting it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like I see no biggie. Call me Hillary, stay at the bank. Making moves like I'm hiding in the shank. I'm low key, but I pop out in blank. This bun on my knife, I'm trying to look. They do not come for me. Fake, I can't keep no company. Only the real respect my honest. So watch how you coming if you're under me. I'm with it in Rex involved. I they text and calls. Run me that, making no sense at all. They bounce like a basketball. Your boo never coming back. This go stupid, go dumb. Told that boy you gotta pay for some. I sit on the throne, you they taking none. You bragging on pants, I make for fun. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on the Diddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. These no ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bad at stop it, cause it ain't no acting it. I see no biggie.
It's a brisk night in the Midwest, but we've got football at Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the New York Giants and the Cincinnati Bengals. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now Burrow on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's second down.
The Bengals at 9-2 to start play. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Bengal first down on a 16-yard pickup there.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped, but what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Burrow. This one complete to Scott Miller. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 26. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. They will throw on first down with Burrow. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
11 MT.
To try again after the sack.
Burrow across the formation, and he gets this to Miller. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And they stop him short of the first as he can only get to the 20.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good.
And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0.
All in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
Play action. It's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. They find some open field here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on, so they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Jones. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Now Burrow loses the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on 3rd. They'll look to throw here. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's got room. 12 more yards there and another first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Forced out to his left. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. they find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Let's get set. Side. 180. 180. 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Nice satisfying run up 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
From the 38, Jones. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 83 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Back to Mixon on 1st down. They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Here we go.
Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. Now it's Burrow. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Meanwhile, Jones' throw pulled in by Jefferson. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, here's McPherson now to send it away. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. A drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 99 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The end result, 21 yards. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and the lead is now 24. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start.
And they get Jones for the third time in this ball game. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Now they'll run it on the toss. Avoids him at the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward Barkley. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he is out of bounds here. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against...
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Giants are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is down to 24. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And he's got some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the 4th quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Jones. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll look to throw again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Here we go.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. There's Robinson showing the flash. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together some? And my goodness, another interception.
And the Bengals are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for them. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they